Is the era of entrepreneurs dead? In this climate that we're living in with extremely high interest rates that have gone up over 200% over the past year, sitting here off the aftermath of COVID, of this economical disaster that we're facing, is this fun little era of entrepreneurs over? I'm going to answer that question for you and explain to you what this sword is all about. On today's special episode of Elevating Beyond podcast. And yes, this sword is real. So I'm trying not to slice my neck off. But first of all, let me just do it straight up. The definition of an entrepreneur, I wrote it down. It's a noun. Entrepreneur. One who organizes, manages, and assumes the risks of a business or enterprise. All right. Before I get to, is it over? Like, are we done, entrepreneurs? Should you throw in the towel if you're wanting to start something new? Let me tell you about this sword here. This is an actual sword from the set of one of my favorite movies, 300. Which, if you haven't seen the movie's not a true story, but it's based on the true story of the 300, which is the Spartans that were led by Leondis. And what happened was, in Greece, the Persian army started to take over, pretty much was on course to take over the whole world. And they built this massive army from, some say 100,000s, some say up to 300,000 people they had. And they were marching through. They basically got so feared that once they reached a place, they would be like, you can either choose now, surrender your women, surrender your ways, surrender your culture, surrender your core values, and we won't kill you. We'll spare you. We'll let you live, maybe as slaves. Maybe we'll let you be part of our army, but you won't have your freedom. You won't have your core values. You're going to live under our dictatorship. And as they continued to make a plan to take over Greece, Greece was busy. And a lot of them, were thinking, we'll just let Persia take some of our ways over. Except for this dude, Leonidas. He was the leader of the 300. And he was like, no, of the Spartans. No, I don't care. I don't care. They have 300,000 people and we only have 300. No, we're not going to let them come in here. And they were raised as Spartans. And I wrote it down. Their motto that they lived by, their mission statement was victory or death. So he decided, going into this war, they would meet with these like specialists. It'd be kind of like a psychic, but they really believed in them before they went to any battle. These people that had visions. And the lady that had the vision basically told Leonidas, I have a vision of you going in here and fighting this, and it's going to create an amazing purpose, but I see you dying by the Persians. And he said, okay, but it's for the right purpose. So he went in and took his 300 men to fight the 300,000. Why the rest of Greece didn't join him? Some did, but not many. Not many at all. They were so outnumbered. And what he did over 2 days with his men, just 300 of them, they killed over 10,000 of the Persian army soldiers. These guys were unbelievable. They killed over 10,000 of their soldiers, just 300 of them in 2 days. This army that was unbeatable. And so word started to get around a little bit, but still not enough to where they had all these alliances come in. And what had eventually happened was the Persians had someone tell them that there was a secret back entrance to where the 300 were. And so they came in from both sides. And what he did, Leonidas, the leader, found out they were going to be coming in on both sides, knowing it was over. And he said to some of the other alliances that came, I want you to go. Me and my 300 men, we're going to stay here and fight to the death. I want you to go back to all the cities and tell them what's happening here, that we're dying for our purpose. That 300 of us were able to kill 10,000 of them. So you don't think that if the rest of us unite, we can't win this effing war? No, we won't let them come and take away our core values that we fought our whole life for. No, we won't let some evil dictator come in and enslave our rights and give them away out of fear. That's what Leonidas did. And he stood there, and the 300 men died knowingly in battle, fighting them off. And when he died, the word got out. Because he was willing to fight to the death for his purpose with his 300 men that he led who died with him, knowing they were going to die. The word got back throughout all the different cities and armies of Greece that they stood up for us. They stood up for our ways. It's now our duty to fight for what this man was willing to die for, because one person can make a difference. Because of him, because of Leonidas and the 300, it was then that the Greek armies throughout all the country began to assemble and unite in ways which they hadn't before. They came together and finally defeated the Persian army and literally changed the course and the trajectory of history. That's why I'm holding the sword here. Because when I say, are entrepreneurs dead? Is it over for entrepreneurs? Is the era of entrepreneurship over? I carry this sword here in my office. First of all, it's something that I respect of what it really means to be a leader. To be an entrepreneur means to go into war with that same mindset, victory or death. So let me answer this question very easily. Is the era of entrepreneurship over with these incredibly insane rising interest rates? With recession at an all-time high, depending on who you talk to. With everyone more and more divided in this climate, is it over? And the answer is no. Because entrepreneurship was never a stupid era. It was these idiots on social media that have never gone into battle with their own blood, sweat, and tears and know what it takes to build something up from the ground up and be willing to either win or die for their purpose, that has started spitting out all this garbage that everyone can be an entrepreneur. It's an era. It's a fad. No, it's not. It's a way of life, of a purpose that's bigger than you. And no, everyone should not be an entrepreneur. Just like I'm holding Leonidas' sword, right? But guess what? I should not be made. You would not want me to be leading you into battle with this sword. I don't know how to fight with a sword. I'm not a freaking swordsmith, master ninja. I know how to lead my company. I know how to be a leader in the arena and the purpose that God has called me to be. But when everyone says everyone should be an entrepreneur, no, they shouldn't. And that's okay. They sugarcoat it like it's so easy and it's a skill that everyone can learn. No, they can't. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people thinking this way. It's twisted. It's broken. It's like saying everyone should be an NBA player. I'm all about going after your dreams. But no, some people shouldn't be. I did not have the purpose or the calling or the skills. And yes, heart and persistence are everything to be an NBA player. Everyone should be a brain surgeon. No, they shouldn't. Everyone should be an accountant. Everyone should be a comedian. Everyone? Everyone should be a king. Everyone should be an entrepreneur. Do you realize how stupid this sounds? Like we're all wired the same for the same purpose. No, I'm here to tell you it's hard as hell. You have to go through some of the darkest times of your life and solve problems and take on levels of stress that are unfathomable. Like you cannot fathom how much stress and problem solving that you have to go through on a day-to-day basis as an entrepreneur. I wouldn't even wish it upon most of you. But if it is your calling, if it's the purpose in your heart to build something that's bigger than you, whatever it may be, to build that business for that purpose, and you're willing to die for it or have victory, then yes, you should be an entrepreneur. And if you're not, that's okay. If God puts it in your heart to go after that dream, that purpose, but don't ever do it because some stupid moron got on social media and was like, everyone should be an entrepreneur. That's the only way to be free. And in 90 days, you could be making 6 figures and 7 figures. They're lying. They're fakes. And I'm calling all of you out that are doing this because you're stupid. You're fake. And you're just trying to hustle people for money for some stupid damn course that you're doing. This is why I've done 285 episodes for free of this podcast, Elevating Beyond, while I own a business for over 16 years, Dreamshine, honored to serve individuals with developmental disabilities. I have my books, I have my speaking. I don't need to be doing this. The reason I started the show in the first place was to share the real crap that everyone else isn't saying, and I'm still here. I'm still holding my sword. I'm not going away. But I'm here to tell you, entrepreneurship isn't some stupid fad or era that just got popular because of social media, and all of a sudden people could show pictures of flying on private jets and all that crap. Who cares? I flew in a private jet 6 weeks ago. Wow. Fan-effing-tastic. Who cares? That's after 16 years of working my butt off. Even while I was on the jet, I wasn't even hardly thinking about it. I'm also problem solving a million other things I had going on. It was an issue of time. Yes. Is it worth it to get to very high levels and do amazing things when you work your butt off to earn them? Absolutely. But the reward of your purpose needs to be so much more important than some stupid private jet. Who cares? Everyone I know that actually owns them isn't even wasting time showing them. And if they are, it's for a reason of actually showing someone like, look, I literally started from nothing and I was able to get from here but it didn't take 90 days or 120 days. It took decades. And hell no, it's not easy. Hell no, it's not for everyone. And by the way, I still have 10 times the weight of the world on my shoulders now because I'm responsible not only for my vision, my mission, my business, my purpose, my family, my kids, my community, but now all of my employees on top of that. Where much is given, much is required. People told my friend the other day that's owned his company for 25 years, well, you haven't ever had to work for anyone since you were 18. They don't get it. Being an entrepreneur and owning your own company, you work more for your own damn company. Because at the end of the day, it's literally on you. There's no one else to go to hand a problem off to, whether it's Friday at 3 a.m., Sunday morning before church. You will miss church at times. God forbid, the problem doesn't go away depending on how serious it is, and everyone is not wired for this, and that's okay. Everyone's not wired to be a nurse. My mom was a psychiatric nurse. Bless her soul. She was incredible at it. She worked with all types of different mental health issues throughout her whole life. It was her purpose. It was her calling. She's one of the most beautiful and amazing caretakers that I've ever seen. If she tried to take on this other level of stress, like I have running businesses, being an entrepreneur, it would have driven her crazy. And she wouldn't have been able to do her calling to help all the people that God called her to help. So I'm here to also tell you, don't worry about all this crap about thinking that you're supposed to be this entrepreneur. Everyone has to be. It's the only way to live a life of purpose. That's a bunch of crap. You can continue to follow your purpose. You can join a mission that is leading your purpose. You can be part of an incredible team. Our team members, our leaders that we have built up at Dreamshine are part of something so much bigger than them. They don't need to own it and take on all these other problems that I have to take on, and they're taking on a whole other level of expertise. Some of our direct care workers that work directly with our amazing individuals with disabilities are changing lives in the trenches literally every day, and it's a beautiful thing. We're not all wired the same. And I hate it when people have the freaking balls to that's not even the right word, because that takes guts, that have this fake ass audacity to get up here and act like it's such an easy skill that everyone can learn to be an entrepreneur. No, it's not for everyone. That would be like me saying, I want a movie like 300 made after me, like Leonidas. God, everyone could be a Leonidas and lead 300 people and kill 10,000 within 2 days and be willing to die for it and have a movie made after them, because that would be so cool. No, of course not everyone can do that. Why do you think he had a freaking movie made about him? That's a very rare person. But do you think that those other 300 men that we don't even know all their names, you think he could have done it without them? Absolutely not. We need our teams. And God has his given purpose, the mission of what you're doing, the company, the business that's doing something so much bigger than you. All of us play an amazing purpose, an amazing role. And I want you to know, no matter what you're doing, if you're going after it with all of your heart and you're continuing to follow your purpose and you're continuing to fight hard to be the best you, it does not matter what you do. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be cool. Being an entrepreneur sucks a lot of the time. You're so lonely. You're so isolated. I couldn't do anything else. I'm wired this way, and it's okay if you're not. I'm sick of these stupid entrepreneurs acting like they're so much special and better than everyone, that are fake, that haven't had this real conversation with people. It's okay. Be fulfilled with the destiny and the purpose that God puts in your heart. And when you lay down each night on your pillow, and you can lay down and say, I gave it the best that I gave it all I could today. Being a mother, being a father, going in and working hard for this company, whatever you're doing, all the things you're doing, it all matters to you. So don't let me or anyone else tell you the dream and the purpose that God continually puts in the heart, in your heart, and in each season that you're in. Because we don't have just one purpose in life. There's different seasons where your purpose can evolve, adapt, change, elevate. That's okay. What's not okay is just to sit down and throw your hands up in the air and do nothing and say, I'm just a victim of circumstance. I'm a victim of whoever gets elected. I don't have any control over blah, 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 until blah, blah, blah gets voted in, and get caught up in all this crap like a puppet on a string. No matter what you do in life, you need to know the facts that you are the captain of your own destiny. You are the captain of your ship, of you, of you. It doesn't mean you have to be an entrepreneur that builds the ships and builds a ship company and sells the ships. And if you are called to do that, then do it. But don't do it because some idiot gets on social media and tells you. So, is the era of entrepreneurship over? Absolutely effing not, because it never was a fad or an era. Entrepreneurship is something that goes back as far as history goes. It's building things, it's creating things. No, it's not over. It won't ever be over. So don't listen to all this wishy-washy crap that we keep hearing. And I want you to just continually go after the dream that God puts not in my heart, but in your heart. Your dreams are between you and God. Your purpose is between you and God. And I love you. No matter what you do, don't worry about what everyone else thinks or says or tells you you should be in this world, in this day and age of social media. It gets so old. Nothing's easy. So to everyone that's been writing me and reaching out and everything over the years, where they tried stuff, it didn't work, and they ended up doing another thing, and that's working really well for them, and they're feeling like, well, I should have been an entrepreneur. And then they realize over time, no, actually, I was only doing that because some idiot sold me a course and told me that's what I was supposed to do to be a man or a woman or to be phenomenal. That's stupid. That's like saying only if you're an A-list actor are you excellent. Only if you're a celebrity should people care about you. Only if you're amazingly good looking like me. Stupid. Should you be happy? It's all bull crap. It takes guts to follow the dream that and purpose that God puts in your heart. And it's a lifelong journey, everyone. So listen to me. Never settle. Hold that sword. You got this. Never give up. And keep elevating beyond.